right, we're just about ready to get started. You there? Are you there, Noiser?
Yes, I am.
There we go. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Kevin.
Morning.
All right, great. Welcome to the training call for communicators. We're going to start right away. We're expecting Logan. I've just sent him a message. I haven't. He'll either join us or he won't. Okay, so we're going to get started. Okay, so first of all, I appreciate whatever it's taken for you to be on the call this morning. I know it's a Sunday. We don't, Sunday's a day of rest for people and all of that. So I appreciate you making it, you being unreasonable and being available so that we can create this call together. So I wanted to, this is really the opportunity for you to, first of all, be trained as a communicator, okay? So you're probably there thinking, I know, Noiser, you've been a communicator before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Kevin, this is your first ever seminar, so I don't imagine you've been a communicator before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So there you go. Okay, so whatever space you're in with regard to it is perfect. Okay, so my commitment on this call is that you're really empowered, you're really set up, and you have the possibility of being a communicator really alive for you, and it makes a difference in your life to be a communicator. Okay, one of the things about assisting with Landmark, and this is an assisting agreement. We have an assisting program at Landmark, and the assisting program really is the opportunity to participate in your own transformation, the transformation of others, and the transformation of life itself. So the communicator opportunity is the opportunity not only to expand your own transformation, and you really will expand your transformation out of being a communicator. You'll really, I would say that in my experience of people who've done this agreement, and Noiser, you can share if that's there for you to share, but it really does make a difference in your life being a communicator. You get the seminar on a deeper level, and it as a function of it's a function of being a communicator, right? Noiser, anything you wanted to share about what you've gotten out of being a communicator before?
Yes, exactly what you said. I felt back then when I was doing it, it was expanding actually the depth of my own transformation and even understanding of the teachings, but most than everything is be able to serve in other people's transformation, because that's what we do when we're trying to share and with those that missed the call what happened and try to have that understanding. So it meant a lot more, the fact that you could contribute to other people in a different level.
Great. Wonderful. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and so oftentimes when we're very focused on our own stuff, right, we kind of get stuck in our own stuff. But when we have an opportunity to be for others and be of service, then one, we get out of our stuff. I'm saying that the technical term stuff, right? But the stuff that we're dealing with, it takes a different shape. It kind of resolves itself oftentimes as a function of we don't have our attention, or we get our attention on being of service. So that's something I invite you to discover in your assisting. Okay, that's something that will show up. Great, Noiser, thank you for that. Good. So this my other intention inside of that is that you're really clear about what it looks like and what you're doing. Okay, so you're leaving the call really clear what it looks like, and we'll set you up for that today. Okay. Good. Is there anything like a question, a what if, a yeah but, how about, like you want to just anything you want to say to be in communication to start with? And there doesn't have to be. Just before we dive in, I want to make sure you have the opportunity to communicate if there's something there to communicate. Kevin, anything for you? Nothing for you, Noiser?
Just one thing. I
Yeah.
just need to grab my glasses. There's
Okay, yeah.
absorb better.
Go and grab your glasses. Good for you. Yeah, very good. Okay, great. Yeah, Kevin, anything for you?
No, nothing about being a communicator. I just want to say that my connection is a little bit weak, so there's a little bit of breaking up. So I might ask you to repeat yourself.
Of course. Yeah, make sure you do that. And maybe if you take your video, turn your video off, it might help with you being able to hear. Because
I've closed a bunch of windows, and it seems to have flattened out. But yeah, I'll
if it gets bad, just switch your video off, I think. Just switch the camera off so you're not taking up bandwidth on your camera, and you should be able to hear. But I got it, okay? Thanks for saying it, okay? No problem. And yeah, if you miss anything, Kevin, or if there's anything at all that's unclear, or you didn't hear it, just stop the action, let me know, and we'll repeat it, okay? Great. Okay. So let's see. I want to create with you. I've got a document I'm going to share with you, which is like a reference document. It's called we have a whole guidelines that we've put together. The guidelines has been put together a while ago, so it hasn't been written since we've moved all of our courses from in-person to online. So it's a little bit outdated, but saying that the context is still very powerful. Okay, so I will share this with you. Okay, but I'm going to go through a lot of this today with you, and I'm going to share my screen. So let's start with the purpose of a communicator. Okay, so let's start with that, and we'll go through this document together. So let me share this. Okay, good. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, so let's look at the purpose of the communicator, okay? So the communicator provides the space of communication and completion for the seminar, and is responsible for keeping the space of communication open and available for the people participating in the seminar. Ultimately, you are an extraordinary commitment to the people participating, such that they complete the seminar and fulfill the possibilities that they have created for themselves out of their participation. So being on a seminar support team as a communicator is a great opportunity to serve people in a profound, hold on, sorry, 1 second. Let me say that again. Being on a seminar support team as a communicator is a great opportunity to serve people in a profound way, to support people in ongoingly generating their own transformation, and to make a difference in the lives of others. The hundreds of thousands of people who have participated in the Landmark Seminar Program and transformed their lives have had the opportunity, due to the generosity of the people assisting on these seminar support teams. So is there anything about that you wanted to share, or that jumps out at you? Like, it doesn't have to be, but just anything that is there for you about that. I mean, what's there for me that speaks to what you were saying, Noisa, right? The opportunity to be of service, right? Is what I could hear there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Anything else, Kevin? Anything for you?
No, not particularly. Just happy to be here.
Great.
Happy to meet those people.
Yeah, great, Kevin. Very great. Okay, good. Okay, then let's look at the communicator accountability. Okay, so the opportunity to assist is an opportunity to be accountable. Okay, so it's not like when we normally hear the word accountable, we might hear like, oh, you're on the hook for something, or it's like a burden, or it's like, oh my God, I'll get in trouble if I don't do it right. Okay, that might be there for you if you hear the word accountable. But really, when we talk about accountability, we're talking about a possibility, like really the possibility of being accountable for something, rather than, helping out. Helping out's great, but that's distinct from being accountable. Yes? being accountable is the opportunity to really take ownership of something, and not like ownership like you are, it is the case that you are accountable, like where, like it is, it's as a creation. You create yourself as accountable. So what is the accountability of a communicator? So the communicator takes part in delivering the seminar by being in communication with the participants who have missed a seminar session, and effectively communicating the intention and coaching from the seminar leader for that session. So the communicator generates this accountability from the following distinctions: open and honest communication, honoring one's word as oneself, unreasonable stand for people's commitments, being great with our customers. Okay? And then we have agreements. Okay, so I'm going to edit. Some of these are not valid anymore. Okay, so I'm going to let you know which ones are valid for you. So these are the agreements for the communicator. Okay, so the first one you see there, attend an introduction to assisting if not already completed. Okay, you don't have that agreement. Okay, we're taking that agreement out. We no longer have the introductions to assisting, so you don't need to go to that. So you don't have that agreement for now. Okay, the next one is to attend a communicator training at least 1 week prior to the start of the seminar. Okay, well, this is your communicator training, okay? And it's not 1 week prior to the seminar, so, I'm saying that's complete, okay? Your agreement is to attend a training, and you're doing that now, so that's complete. The next is to be clear on the distinction assisting and assisting agreements and what the job is, okay? So what is assisting? If I was to say assisting, what is assisting? What is it to assist? Right? So to assist, we started to talk about it just in the prior page when we talked about accountability. So assisting is distinct from helping out. It's distinct from volunteering. Assisting really is, and there's as I said, nothing wrong with volunteering or helping out, and assisting is distinct from that. It's not that. So assisting really is, as I said, the opportunity to participate in your own transformation, the transformation of others, and the transformation of life itself. Okay, so that's what when we talk about assisting, that's what we're referring to. And okay, and the purpose of this call is so that you are clear about the agreements and what the job is. So we're going to cover that today. Okay, so the next agreement for being a communicator is to call people who missed a session of the seminar within 72 hours of the session that they missed. Okay, so don't worry about this next bit here. This includes uncommunicated absentees. We don't have that anymore. Okay, so we're saying to call people within, so the agreement is to have a call with people. You don't necessarily call them, but you have a call with them. So they may come on a Zoom call with you, or you may call them, but the agreement is that they have the call with you within 72 hours of the session they missed, unless the participant said he or she would not be available during that time frame. Okay, so I'm going to go over what that looks like. But for example, if somebody says they can't speak until Sunday or Monday, which is longer than 72 hours after the session, then your agreement is to have a call with them within 72 hours. Okay, so you want to set up your calls to happen either on Wednesday after the session, Thursday after the session, or Friday after the session. Okay, so you want to, our agreement is to get the calls done within those 3 days. Okay, is that clear? Noise, is that clear for you? Clear, Kevin? Yeah, great. Okay, the next agreement is to have all communications and interactions with the people participating in the seminar support and express the possibility that the seminar is. Okay, that sounds very conceptual, doesn't it? What does that mean? Yeah. So we'll discover that as we go through, okay? But what that's saying is that really we're holding the seminar, so the conversations you have with people are inside of the seminar, okay? So your conversations don't go outside the seminar where you start, talking about other things, giving them advice on other, things outside of the what's coming up in the seminar, okay? Right? So it's not like you set up a call to talk about business or, like that, okay? That's what that's referring to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. Good. And then the other agreement is to maintain the confidentiality of all participant information. Okay, that's clear, right? So no sharing of people's email addresses or phone numbers or any information they share with you. Okay, you keep that all confidential. Okay, good. Then next agreement is to meet with me, the seminar leader, before and or after each session, and to be in communication with the seminar leader such that she is fully informed of the status of each and every person participating in the seminar. Okay, so we will have a call. I'm planning to have a call on Wednesday, the day after the seminar, with you, so we can, it'll be our weekly training call, where we can accomplish that, okay? So where we can go through the names of the people that you contacted the previous week or you had a call with, and what's so with them, the status of what's so, and also provide any training and opportunity for you to be in communication with me about that. So while we're talking about that, I was looking at having a call at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Does 6 p.m. UK time Wednesday work for both of you? If we have a 6 p.m. to 7 call.
Yeah, I can make it work, yeah.
You can make that work, Kevin? Okay, great. Noisa, what about you?
It's a bit tight for me, but it could possibly work. Sometimes I arrive home from work exactly at 6 o'clock. If any issues in London Underground,
Yes.
I will not be on time.
What about if we made it 6:15? Would that
Yeah, 6:15 works better.
Okay, why don't we do that at 6:15? Okay, and we'll have it on this line, so the same line here. However, when we have our call on Wednesday, because there are a lot of other people using this line, we'll need to go into our own breakout room, okay?
Okay.
So you'll see there'll be a breakout room you can join called BLB Communicators. So when you come onto this line next on Wednesday at 6:15, by the way, does 6:15 work for you, Kevin? I didn't check that with you. Does that work for you?
Yeah, I can make it work.
Okay, good. So we'll have a 45-minute call for our first call, okay?
So if we start in 6:15, we finish
7.
7, because my group call is 7:30, so perfect.
Okay, good. Now we may change that time, but at least our first call will be 6:15, okay? So we'll start. So what I mean by that is the following Wednesday, I'll confirm that time to you on our call on Wednesday. We'll confirm the next week's call on each call, okay? So just to be sure that we can all be on the call. Okay, good. So put that. Yeah, why don't we all just put that in existence now? Okay, so I'm going to put it in my calendar. So just spend some time. Just put it in your calendar if you need to. Just spend some time doing that. I'm going to do that now too. I need to. Yeah.
Just need to choose your color.
Sorry.
I said I just need to choose your color, like do my Google Calendar.
Oh yeah, there you go. The color. Yeah, you need a color for it. Exactly. Choose a really nice color. Okay. So let me just see. Okay, I'm going to put in 6:15 Wednesday. Wednesday 6:15. Hang on. that's in existence. Great. Okay. Have you got that in existence, Kevin? Do you need more time?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, good. So next agreement is to generate a partnership with the participation manager so you and he or she are totally empowered and full partners in producing the seminar. Okay. So what does that mean? So the participation manager is someone who is the staff member who's accountable for the seminar program. So that's the person, her name's Rebecca, and she's accountable for putting on the seminar and taking care of all the participants and anything that needs to be dealt with the participant in terms of their participation in the seminar series or their relationship with Landmark. So if there's occasionally from time to time there's something that might come up that the participant needs some support from the staff to deal with, and then you may, your first port of call will be with me. Okay, so don't worry about having to contact Rebecca, but if there's, sometimes Rebecca may get in touch with you to say, hey, what I heard you spoke with this person, can you let me know what happened, blah, 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 etc. So that's just there so you can, create it. And Rebecca is amazing. She's just awesome and empowering and takes care of everybody. Okay, so she'll take care of you too. Okay, but just so you know, your agreement is to have an empowering relationship there. Okay. Any questions about that? Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now the next one, we don't have a center assisting meeting. We used to have those. We don't have center assisting meetings. At least there's nothing scheduled. If there is one scheduled, I'll let you know about it. Okay, but I don't think we'll have one during this seminar. So, but they're really great. It's like where all the people who assist come together and we have a training session with the center manager and you discover the world of assisting, and it's just amazing event. Okay, I don't think we'll have one in the next 3 months, but in any case, I'll let you know. Okay, good. Any questions about any of the agreements or any concerns you have there? No. Okay, great.
What you mentioned about changing the time going forward.
Yes.
Like I do something every Wednesday evening, so I can go much later than 6:15 to 7.
Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, good to know, Kevin. Okay, I appreciate you saying it. Okay, well, look, in that case, let's keep it at that time. Okay, I'm just So if there's, I think that really makes sense to keep it at that time. Let's keep it at that time. I'll make it work. Okay, I'll make it work.
Yeah, and my call with the group is 7:30. So this,
Yeah, that's the best. That looks like the time we're going to have our call. Okay, good. That makes it simple. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. And thanks for being in communication, Kevin, not stepping over that. Okay, that's great. Okay, good. All right. Awesome. So now let's look at this. Oh, so anything else about the agreements? Anything else? Nothing else? Okay, good. Okay, good. All right then. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's to maintain the confidentiality of all participant information, but also to have this conversation with Rebecca.
Yeah.
But she's going to ask specifically about the people we've talked to. Yeah.
Let me clarify it, okay? So, do you have a question about what that looks like, what that means?
I just want to know what it looks like in general.
Yeah. So to maintain the confidentiality of all participant information, that is that you don't see you will have access to people's phone numbers, and you'll have access to people's email addresses.
Yeah.
And from time to time they may share something with you. The participant may share something with you. So your agreement is to maintain the confidentiality of that. Okay. Like you don't go and tell someone else, oh, I had this conversation with the participant about X, Y, Z, and like that. Okay. Okay. And and also, but at the same token, you don't give someone's email address to someone if they haven't given you permission to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what that looks like, that part. Yeah. Now, with regard to this, generate partnership with the participation manager. So let's say, for example, someone you have a call with someone and they have a request. They say, hey, I need to, I have a question about my refund, or I have a question about my advanced course, or I need to reschedule my advanced course, right? So that might come up in a conversation, and they may say, the reason for my rescheduling is this, and then what else? So I'm just thinking of a scenario where you'll speak to Rebecca. I can't think of one, right? I can't think of one because she will normally come to me. I mean, I'll normally talk to her, right? So it's not like there's a very rare chance you'll end up speaking with her. It might be if, there's something that comes up for someone and they have they tell you a situation they're dealing with. They say, and this happened and I had to do this and then I called Rebecca and I spoke to someone and blah, blah, blah. And then Rebecca calls, wants to understand what the participant said, right? Let's say Rebecca can't reach that person. And then, and she speaks to me and I said, oh, Kevin spoke to her last week. And then she said, okay, I need to just find out what that participant said. Can I speak to Kevin? And then you'll have a call with Rebecca and Rebecca will say, so what happened on that call? And you'll say, the participant told me this. And she go, okay, great, thank you. I'm going to like that. So that's all I mean by that, okay? It's unlikely. Noisa, have you ever had that happen? Have you ever had a...
Yes, that's what I want to offer. I think last time we had a participant on the call, either myself or another communicator said that they no longer could continue because of some change on their personal circumstance. And then I remember you tried to reach the person for a while and you couldn't. But
Yes.
The last conversation was mine.
Yes.
Was with myself or I think another communicator. I think on that sense, then we needed to speak with someone so they can conclude the process with the participant because they couldn't attend anymore basically, but they couldn't reach them to
Yes.
speak. I think because when we do our meeting with you, we used to give you an update in Excel, what happened and what not.
Yes.
I think probably that's going to be the more likely scenario.
Very good. Yeah, exactly. Does that make sense, Kevin?
Yep.
Does that clarify any concerns you have about that?
Yep.
Yeah, good. And there's a way, I'll show you in a moment, the way in which you can keep everything up to date. In other words, there's a spreadsheet that we've created. So any notes you need to take about a call you have with someone, you can just write them down on a spreadsheet, okay? Okay, good. Great. Anything else? Any other questions or concerns there? Kevin, anything else for you?
No.
Thank you for getting yourself clear. It's great. Noisa, anything else for you?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, let's talk about participation in the seminar, okay? So a communicator may be a participant in the seminar. Okay, this is optional and not a requirement. If a communicator is not a participant in the seminar, she must attend the session in order to communicate for that session. So this is actually now no longer the case. So a communicator is always a participant in the seminar, okay? You have to be a participant. It just makes sense, right? So you got to be in the world so you're as much in the seminar as everybody else. That's the point here, okay? You're a participant. Okay, structures for assisting. This is all now out of date for the most part. Yes, this is out of date, okay? So don't worry about that. Okay, again, attending an introduction to assisting, that's also no longer the case, and center assisting meetings, not the case. Okay, now, so let's look at this now. So the communicator team, so you're part of the communicator team. So let me tell you who else is on the team. So who else on the team is me. Who else is on the team is Yerne and Sue. Okay, so Yerne and Sue are apprentices in the seminar. So they are training to lead seminars, and they're also part of the communicator team. We also had Logan on the team, but he's not been on, he's due to be on this call. He wasn't on the call, so I don't know if he will continue to be on the team. We'll find out, okay? But this is us, okay? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 of us, possibly 7 of us on the team, including myself. So the job of the communicator team is to be in communication with the people who are absent from the session to recreate the session with them and make sure that they have their homework and information for the next session. Okay, so this is something about your relationship with the seminar leader, the communicator's relationship with the seminar leader. As a communicator, you'll be in relationship with many different people. The key person is the seminar leader. So you provide the listening for the seminar leader such that you can represent the intention and coaching of the seminar sessions to the people who are absent from those sessions. So the communicator stays in close and regular communication with the seminar leader during the seminar and is available for the seminar leader in providing whatever is wanted and needed to have the seminar work. So let me just go over this first part again. So as a communicator, you'll be in relationship with many different people. The key person is the seminar leader. You provide the listening for the seminar leader such that you can represent the intention and coaching of the seminar sessions to the people who are absent from those sessions. Okay, so what does that look like? What does that look like? Providing the listening for the seminar leader. So yeah, you really are, so the listening for the seminar leader. Okay, so you are in many ways, not in many ways. Okay, so you are my speaking and listening. Okay, so essentially what that looks like is that you're in the session with me and you are present in the session so that you can get for yourself the intention of the session, like what each session has an intention, right? Session 1 had an intention. What was the intention of session 1? The intention of session 1 was to provide it and to create an environment of workability and to presence what's possible in the seminar. Let's look at the intention for session 2, for example. Let me get session 2 up here. Can you still see my screen there, Noisa?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the intention for session 2 is to leave you with the power to resolve breakdowns from a possibility-given approach. Okay, so now you don't have that intention yet, okay? You don't have it. You can't provide that intention to other people yet because we haven't had the session, okay? So, and when we have the session, your job is to be in the session and discover for yourself the intention of that session, such that you can then represent that intention to people in the seminar. So what does representing that intention mean? Well, you share with people. First of all, you say the intention as the intention, but then you can share with people what you discovered for yourself in the session. How that intention came alive for you. Right? Because there's the words of that intention, and then there's you discovering that intention for yourself. They're two different things, yes? All right, so don't worry too much about that now, because when you discover it, you'll discover it. It'll be there for you to share. It won't be like, all that's going to be there right now is, how do I get that right? What does that mean? How do I do that, right? That's all that's going to be there, isn't it? Isn't that what's there? How do I do that? How do I...
Before I'm kind of getting what you...
Yeah. Okay, good. You've had that experience, okay? Yeah. But for Kevin, that's like, I don't have no idea what that looks like, right? Yeah, but so Kevin, if you look at when you did the forum, right? Before you did the forum was a concept, wasn't it? It was like this thing that it was like a week, who shared with you the forum, Kevin? Who shared? Yeah.
Kalon, it was my boss last year.
Oh my goodness, Kalon. Oh, so great. Kalon was in my last seminar, or the one before that. Yeah. Did you come to the seminar as a guest? Was that the one? Did you attend the seminar with me?
No, I didn't.
No, it's a different one. Okay, fine. All right, great. Anyway, I know Kalon. That's awesome. Okay. So now, before you did the forum, right? Kalon shared it with you and invited you to come, and you had a sense of what the forum was, didn't you? Before.
No, not even.
Yeah. You
It was a mystery, is what it was.
It was a mystery. Yeah, total mystery. Yes.
Yeah.
Now you did the forum, and you got what the forum looks like. You got it, didn't you? You got the forum. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the same here. Okay. So you will be, the space you're in after the forum is very different to the space you're in before the forum, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So same here. Okay. So after session 2, you'll be in a very different space than the one you are in now. And you'll be in a space to provide, to represent the intention to people who miss a session. Okay. It'll be natural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very good. And the other thing is, your job is to provide any of the coaching that I give to people. Maybe you, maybe someone else in the seminar. You want to represent that coaching as well. Okay, so how you might do that is say, and Julian also, there's some coaching that happened in the session. The coaching may have been in declaring breakdowns, or the coaching in sharing. And this is what I heard. And this is some coaching that Julian gave. Okay, and you can just say what that coaching was. Now, in the sessions, you can take notes. Okay, so you can take notes. So you can write down what the coaching was, so that then you can represent that to the people that you have a call with who are absent from the session. Okay, good. And then the next part, the communicator stays in close and regular communication with the seminar leader during the seminar, and is available for the seminar leader in providing whatever is wanted and needed to have the seminar work. Okay, so that is, as I said, I'm going to go through the structure that we've created for you to do that, for you to stay in communication in a little bit. Okay, so the other seminar support teams, so a lot of these are now redundant. Okay, so don't worry about this so much, because this is outdated now. However, we do have people in the seminar who are assisting as well. So I'm going to mention a couple of them. The online program managers has replaced the production team. So we now have what's called the online program managers, and they are people who are responsible for the production of the seminar. So this is Hayden and Daniel and Connie. They're the online program managers who are assisting, and they're responsible for having the session work on Zoom. We also have the introduction to the Landmark Forum team. So these are the people who lead the introductions to the Landmark Forum each session. So those are for people, if you have people you want to invite as guests to come to a session, then we have an introduction to the Landmark Forum team who will take care of them, introduce them to the forum, and give them the opportunity to register in the seminar. Okay, so this is just a checklist that I'm not going to spend too much time with. You're welcome to go through these, okay? Again, a lot of this is no longer relevant for us, okay? So I'm just looking to see if there's, yeah, okay. Yeah, so this is relevant, okay? So don't worry about chapter 3 so much, okay? Just go to chapter 4. So communicator effectiveness. So as a communicator, you'll be calling all participants in the seminar who are absent from a session. So how that might look is, and this is what I found has worked, is that you have 2 slots that you're available each week. It may be 2 or 3, it's up to you, okay? 2 or 3 slots that you make yourself available to have a call with people. And I'd recommend, just in the first time you're doing it, schedule more time rather than less time, okay? Just in case you run out. So Noisa, can you say what time, how long did you generally spend on your calls with people?
I will say my first call I planned 30 minutes, it ended up being 1 hour.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Because I didn't want to miss anything. But generally speaking, if your notes are very clear and very well structured, that's why I got a technique writing everything very clear, or write it in the seminar and then rewrite it in a clear way so I can go through your teaching clearly. You can do it in half an hour, if not less, because you've got the notes very clear and you kind of did your homework, so it's even clearer to deliver what Julian did, and then you can make it very short. You know,
Okay.
even 20 minutes at some points are fine. It depends on the person take of it and how they go, but usually half an hour should be more than enough.
Okay, good. Yeah. So maybe in the first few times, Kevin, schedule 45 minutes
Yeah.
for that,
Mhm.
and then you'll.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
are these calls? Excuse me. Are these
Okay.
calls one-to-one calls or one-to-group?
So, this is up to you. Okay. Now, if you're happy to do a one-to-group, Noisy, did you do one-to-groups or one-to-ones?
No, I never thought about that. Also, because there was people with different time zones that made things clear. But if we're gonna use clear slots, this is a very good idea. I just had too many different things all the time, different slots. Then it makes sense to group it, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I think there's a power in a group as well. It's power on working a group anyway. So yeah.
So we've done it both ways, okay? And we want to leave the option available to you, okay? Whatever you're most comfortable doing and whatever works best for you. So if you do like the way that we're suggesting, you might have 2 or 3 slots, in which case you may want to have more time, right? Because if you have it's likely that you may have 2 or 3 people on your call if you have only 2 slots. So if you have 2 people on the call, it's a slightly different dynamic, okay?
Mhm.
It's not that different, but it's like, if we're doing this call 1-to-1, it would be different, wouldn't it? Because, there'd be like, I'm offering both of you the opportunity to share, and Kevin's got different questions to Noiser and all that, okay? So you want to, if you're comfortable to do a group call, then I'd recommend it, because then then you can have more than one person on a call. The only thing is with the group call, you just want to make sure you give everyone the opportunity to be in communication, okay? So sometimes people can be a bit suppressed if there's more than one person there. So you want to make it safe and give people the opportunity to share or communicate if they need to, okay? So Kevin, what do you see you'd prefer? Do you have a preference?
No, I think they both have sort of pros and cons in my head from how I'm thinking about them now. But I was just thinking, like, if there are 10 people that miss the call and I'm supposed to give them 45 minutes each, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, you won't have 10 people. So yeah, I in reality, this is how it goes, okay? So let's say we have, let's say we have 20 people absent from last session. So there's 6 of us, or 5 or 6 of us. So we're going to break that up into 5, okay? So let's say 5. So 20 divided by 5 is 4. So you have 4 people that you are, hang on, let me see. Yeah, no, okay, let me take it back, okay? So let me take that back. Here's what will happen, okay? Each of you is going to, let's say you give me 2 slots each, okay? So Kevin, you give me 2, Noisy, give me 2, Yone has 2, Sue has 2. So we have 8 different options that we give to each of the 20 people. And so it's then down to who is on your call, okay? So we'll know, because I'm going to manage the messaging. Noisy, this is a change from last time, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to centrally send out a message to people who miss the session and say, these are the options for your call. Okay, please let me know which call you'll be on. So then when someone responds, we update the spreadsheet, and you can go into the spreadsheet and see who's going to be on your call. Okay? So we'll know in advance who's going to be on your call, Kevin and Noiser. So if let's say there's a breakdown, there's 10 people on Kevin's call, okay? Let's say that happens, okay? So we'll see it. And then I will, or Yerne will jump on that call and lead that call, okay? And you can be on that call too, Kevin, okay?
We'll come for you, Kevin.
Yeah, exactly. Kevin's popular, right? So he's going to have like all these people. All right. So that's how we'll manage it. Okay. So you're not, because I know, look, 10 people will be problematic for you if you've not done it before. Not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying yeah. Okay. So, but what I would expect is that you will have 2 or 3. Okay. So, like that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and there's whatever's going on about having 2 or 3 people on a call with you, that'll be there. Like, let that be there, okay? Like, whatever's there about that, let that be there. And then we'll do some work at the session. We're going to do some work at the session on Tuesday around whatever that is, okay? You can discover the world of what's there in the space of your being in life. You know, being with people and being in life. Okay, Kevin, anything else about that? Anything you want to say about that, or concerns, or?
No, I don't think so.
And if you would prefer to have one-on-one calls, no problem. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll limit it. So as soon as, let's say for your first call, you have someone fill it on your slot, then we'll close that slot off to anyone else. Like that. So we can do that if you prefer it, okay? But let's see how you go first week, and we can adjust it, all right? Okay, good. Okay, next one, communicator effectiveness. So as a communicator, you'll be calling people in the seminar who are absent from the session. So you'll be having calls with people who are absent. And the measurement of communicator effectiveness is having a minimum of 75% of the participants who are not, hold on, let me just adjust this. Having a minimum of 75% of participants who were absent from the session returning to the session. Okay, this is all stuff that we don't have now. Communicator ground rules, let us know. So I'm saying that we have at least 75% of people who you communicated to return to the session. That's how we'll measure the effectiveness, okay? All right, so don't worry about it. Like, we're measuring it. It's not like, we're not going to like, it's not like school or work or anything like that. It's how we measure the effectiveness so we can ongoingly train you, okay? All right. Good. Okay, good. So here's some policies and practices that we're going to go through. And I appreciate we've got like 13 minutes left. So any calls to people who miss a session of the seminar are made within 72 hours of the session that they missed. So I request you have your slots be on those 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. The seminar leader may make the call himself. So I may, for example, say there's someone who's missed a couple of sessions, so I will call them myself, okay? Or we may have the group leader make the call. So you may, as a group leader, Kevin and Noise, you're both group leaders, right?
Yeah.
So there may be people from your group who missed the session. So you could, your group leaders anyway, right? So you could make the call, or we could have a group leader who's not a communicator contact their person and take them through the session that they missed, right? So they may do that call. So that might happen. The other one is have the seminar leader apprentice make the call, okay, with Yerne or Sue. Have the communicator make the call, which is you. Whoever of the above makes the call, she or he should either speak to the participant directly, or if there's a voicemail, leave a voice message asking the participant to call back within 48 hours. So if the call is answered by voicemail, you must leave a message, do not hang up. And if there's no answer, or if the participant does not call back in response to a message left or voicemail, there's only one more call made by anyone regarding the next session. So now, if someone doesn't respond to our messages, okay, they don't schedule themselves for a call, either me or the seminar leader apprentice or you can call that person. Okay, so, if, for example, you had a call with that person before, you know who that person is, or maybe they're in your group, and they haven't responded to a message, then you can call them. You say, hey, this is not, you call them up and say, I'm a communicator, wondered if you're available for a catch-up call. I've got a catch-up call happening at this time. Are you available for that call? Okay, so you'll have your, let's see. You can see I haven't thought through this one. Yeah, okay. So how that might work is I might say to you, if given your group leaders, I might say, could you contact this person or find out what's happening with this person in your group? They haven't responded to our text message. Like that, okay? And then you would call them and schedule them for a call, okay? That's how that would look. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, so we're not doing chapter 6 because we're not calling people who missed session 1, okay? Calls for people who missed sessions 2 to 9, okay? Now, so you can see we have a script here that you can go through. All right, so this is what your call would look like, or this is what you want to cover on your call. So I invite you to go through this in your time, okay, in your own time. So you can see, for example, that we cover, so the first part is a little redundant because they're just going to be joining a Zoom call with you if they are, okay? So you're not actually physically calling them, they're just jumping on a call, okay? So this is perhaps where it's relevant. Okay, so you start off with thanking them for joining the call and say, welcome everybody. Okay, so I wanted to clear you on the session that you missed of the seminar. Do you have a notebook and pen with you and paper? Okay, so you make sure that they've got a notebook and paper with them. Good, so I want to share about the seminar with you so you're clear about the intention of the seminar and have a sense of the work that was done. Okay, so what you do then is you go over the intention of the session, you briefly share the material that was covered during the session, and then anything that you specifically got out of being there. So the intention is to leave the participant present to the possibility of the seminar and leave them included in the conversation. Okay, so you'll share that. So everybody, the intention of the session was this is the intention, and you'll have the intention because you'll be given the assignment and they should have the intention as well. But you go through the intention and you say, this is what I discovered for myself out of being in the session. And then you have the person share anything that's there for them about what you've just shared. Okay, so if you have 2 or 3 people on the call, you say, is there anything there for you about that? Okay, now, Noisa, what have you done in the past when you've had someone ask a question? Let's say they ask a question, or, has that happened for you where you've had a question that you didn't know the answer to, or what kinds of questions do people ask in your experience?
Yeah, the questions are usually in relation to what you shared.
Yes.
It's usually around the topic that's been spoken about. And I think there was just one scenario that was a question that I couldn't answer where I directed them to you, Julian.
Yes.
And that was it,
Yeah, very good. So if there's anything you don't know the answer to, then you say, I don't know the answer to that. I'll let Julian know, and I'll ask that he comes back to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we put in the spreadsheet, Julian, can you call back this person?
Yes.
This person who wants to chat with you. Yeah, that's all you did.
Exactly. Okay. I'm gonna just show you. I'm gonna give you a little glimpse of the spreadsheet. Okay, but we'll go over this again on Wednesday night. Okay, on our first call. Okay. So, but in any case, so then the next thing you say after they've shared and after that you've shared and then they shared, you say, great. Now I want to go over the homework to be completed by the next session. Review the homework with the participants. Answer any questions that the participants may have about the homework. Okay, and then the next session is on, so you make sure you give them the date of the next session. Okay, and the seminar starts at 7 o'clock. Do you have any questions or need anything else at this time? And again, this is pointing to that. Answer any questions participants may have. If the participant expresses a concern about his or her participation, inform, put it on the spreadsheet, in other words, so we'll see it. Okay, and then thank you very much for your time. I look forward to seeing you at the next session. If you have any questions, feel free to call Julian. So everyone's got my number, so you just say Julian at any time, okay? Okay, so that's more or less the outline for the call, okay? Any questions about that for anybody? Makes sense? Yep, okay, good. And what you may want to do, if you'd like to, you could do some practices together. Okay, Noiser, you could perhaps do some practices with Kevin. If you'd like that, would that make a difference for you to do a practice?
Yeah, I mean, couldn't hurt.
Okay, good. Okay, I'll leave it up to you to schedule that. Okay, if you want to do that. Now let me show you. Let me show you the spreadsheet. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so after session 2, this will be filled out with names. Okay, so depending on how many people are absent, we'll have the names of all of the participants who missed the session on this spreadsheet. Now, I don't know if we need to show their name, their age. It's not really important, so we might hide that, okay, for now. But in any case, you'll have, what you'll have here, don't know why it's got Julian. Anyway, you'll have their names, first name, last name, location, phone number, email address. You'll also have the sessions that they've missed. Okay, so if they've missed let's say it's session 5 and they've missed session 3 and 4, you'll see that there. Okay, they're the sessions they've missed. That informs you of something. Okay, that gives you a sense of if they've only missed one session or if they've missed multiple. And then they'll have, this is for communicator, okay? So this, for now, we're going to leave this blank, okay? This will be blank because what we're going to do is I'm going to send out a message to everyone who missed a session, and you'll see these are filled out. So first text message, not call, first text message or call, email sent. So that will be yes, I've sent the message to them. Did they respond? Yes or no? Call scheduled? Yes or no? Okay, so let's say they've scheduled themselves for a call at 12 p.m. on the 1st of March. Now, that may be one of your slots. If it's one of your slots, you'll have your name in here, okay? Okay, so then you know that this person is going to be on your call at 12 p.m. 1st of March. I made that time up, okay? It'll be whatever times you give. So you know that, okay, you're expecting Safana to be on a call with you 12 p.m. 1st of March. Good. So you go on to your call. So this is the next piece we need to clarify in the next 30 seconds. We'll have, if you wanted to use this Zoom line, you can use this Zoom line for your call. If you prefer to use something else like WhatsApp, like WhatsApp video, you could do that too. So do you have a preference now? Do you know if you have a preference, Noiser? Do you prefer we use our Zoom line or your Zoom line or your WhatsApp? What would you prefer?
I don't have a preference. Sometimes I think participants prefer WhatsApp. It's a bit easier for just to make that happen instead of setting up their phones, their Zooms, and so on.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I think WhatsApp works well.
Okay, good. Okay. So then if that's the case, then good. So I'm just thinking how that would work. So if we have, so once that person's responded and said they're going to be on your call, Noiser, good. Then we'll say to them, should we say this? That Noiser will call you via WhatsApp at that time. Should we say that?
Yeah, could be.
Okay, good. Kevin, do you have a preference for WhatsApp or Zoom?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
The only thing is, if you have multiple people on a call, Noiser, right? So
Yeah.
you can still add people, can't you, via WhatsApp?
Yeah. I think it can go up to 4 people on WhatsApp, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
I don't have a preference. I found that when it's WhatsApp, there's more people inclined to take the call than the setup with Zoom. That's what I noticed in the past. Because before I wanted Zoom, and I noticed everyone wanted WhatsApp. It was practical. So both work for me either way.
Yeah, and I think if you call them, then you're not sitting there waiting for them to join, right?
Yeah.
Like if they forgot, like you're causing the matter of them picking up, aren't you? If you call them, yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So that's probably a good approach, isn't it? If we say, so they respond, okay, 12 p.m. 1st of March. Say great. So I'll respond, say Noiser will contact you at that time. So please be prepared, ready for your call. I'll send them that message. Okay, and then to contact them at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Kevin, that's same for you. Are you happy to do it that way too?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so let's say you have multiple people to call at that time. Then what you do is just do a group WhatsApp call.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to do it. I mean, look, you don't have to do a video. You can, if people prefer it, but you just can do an audio call, given that people are dealing with Wi-Fi issues, etc., like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Well, we're out of time for our call. Okay, I covered most of the things I wanted to cover. I'm going to send you the 2 things. I'm going to send you that communicator guidelines, so you'll have that. I'll send it via WhatsApp, so you can have a read through that. The next thing I'd like you to do is let me have a look at your calendar and let me know the 2 or 3 times that you can do reliably each week that we can say is your slot.
Mm-hmm.
And it needs to be within the first 3 days of the session, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You could also have a backup slot for the weekend because sometimes people aren't available. So you may want to have a backup slot.
Mm-hmm. I have my slots already. I can give to you. Also, you shared already the PDF.
Oh, I did? Okay. I couldn't remember if I did. Okay, good. Okay.
For me, every Wednesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. works well.
Perfect. Could you put that in the WhatsApp group so we've got it on record, and then then the others will know the times for them that they can schedule, so we don't have the same times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Kevin, do you know some times yet, or do you want to take a look and let me know?
Yeah, Wednesdays are off for me, so we have our call and then.
No problem. What about Thursday and Friday? Thursday or Friday? Can you do either of those?
I could do it. Like 1 hour. Yeah, I could do Thursdays, probably not Fridays.
Sure.
I had mentioned in the group Sundays, so that would be like a backup slot.
Yeah, you could have a backup slot on Sunday. Look, in my experience, you end up having people on that call because just the nature of how it goes. So what we could do for people is to say, if you absolutely can't do any of any times on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have another slot on Sunday, and so if you provide, let us know that time, Kevin, and then it's likely that we'll have people on that too. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Good. Okay, I know I'm running over time here, guys, okay? But I wanted to just say one final thing is in terms of what you have at stake in the seminar, like what you're committed to accomplishing for yourself. So put that in the WhatsApp. Share with me what you're committed to accomplishing. I'm your committed listener for that, okay? So I'll empower you to fulfill on that. Like that's the start of it and way more, okay? Way more than you can see now, all right? So, but have that there so I can, that we can presence what you have at stake. Okay, so 2 requests. Send me your times, your slots, and share with me what you want to get out of the seminar, okay? And have a great rest of your Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a lot of driving to do today.
Oh, where are you going?
4 hours. I'm in Dublin right now. I have to drive my friend home to Monaghan. That's about 2 hours, and then I have to drive over to my fiance's house. That's another hour and a half.
Wow.
Ugh.
Okay, well, have a
I also have to drop someone else to the airport.
Goodness me. Goodness me. Where do you live? Where do you live in Ireland, Kevin? Where do you live?
Monaghan. It's like central in
Yes.
terms of east and west, and it's on the border to Northern Ireland.
I got it. Monaghan. Okay, great. All right, well, have a transformational drive, okay? Safe driving too. All right, take care of yourself. All right, Kevin.
Yeah,
Bye, Noiser. Take care. Thanks for being on the call. All right, take care. Bye. Bye.